Alrighty. We are connected. Perfect. Hello, hello. Aw, what are you guys doing? There you go, Dexter. You get a chair, and Alice, you get a chair. Welcome to Monday Beginner's Flow Yoga. I've got a couple minutes until we get started here. Got the chat pulled up on my phone there. Boop. Goodbye, socks. And all right. So tonight we are going to be working. It feels really dark in here all of a sudden. I guess it just clouded over. Tonight we are going to be working towards our Malasana pose, which is a nice deep squat. I do recommend having 2 blocks for this one, and optionally a chair will be helpful. If you're new to working towards your Malasana, it can be really nice to have something to support your hands as you take it down. So I'm just going to tuck all those objects up towards the top of my mat so they're handy when we need them. And we've got 2 more minutes until we get moving. Alice, are you going to sit on that chair the whole time? Probably. Monday. I got to work from home today, which is nice, although it's because of the floodings and road closures, which is not so nice. Alrighty-o, we are going to start in just a minute. So I'll do a little welcome. My name is Rachel. We are here every Monday for our 30-minute beginners class. Tonight, working towards Malasana. So we're going to work on some ankle and hip mobility to work towards that deep squat and work towards getting the heels down towards the ground. We are going to start lying on our backs today. Alice, she is not going to move. She's going to sit her ass there for the next 30 minutes. And we are going to get started. She's not. So you can feel free. Do what she's doing or do what I'm doing. Let's start lying on our backs today. Slowly taking that down. You can start with the legs stretched out long. Or you could take bottoms of the feet together, knees wide, finding a grounded Baddha Konasana or your reclined butterfly. We'll just start with some nice deep breath here. If you're in this reclined Baddha Konasana, feeling a gentle opening through the hips. Taking nice full inhales as you fill the lungs. And exhaling, feeling the body soften a little closer to the mat. Let's take about 3 more breaths here. Oh, hello Alice, you've come to join me. Just in time for us to start moving. If you're in that reclined Baddha Konasana, let's reach the hands down towards the outside of the legs to close. And we'll give the knees a hug in towards the chest, taking hands to the front of the shins. Starting to draw some circles with the knees, either moving in same direction or opposite, going wide and meeting in the middle. Starting to get some gentle movement through the hips. Taking these nice and big and slow. Awesome, let's take 1 more here. And then we'll go ahead and switch the direction with those circles. My partner is playing video games in the next room. Hopefully you can't hear him talking as well. Nice, let's go here for 3. For 2, And 1. Slowing those to a stop, left foot plants on the ground, right leg lengthens up towards the sky. Nice, let's flex that foot. This leg can be straight, it can have a gentle bend. Arms can fall wherever is comfortable. With an inhale, bending into that right knee, bringing it towards the outside of the torso. Exhale, drives it up towards the sky, extending the leg. Inhale, takes a bend. Exhale, extends. Let's try 3 more like that. This is 3. This is 2. And this is 1. Nice. Let's take 1 more bend into that right knee and pausing here. Right hand can reach up to grab back of thigh, big toe or outer edge of foot, finding your half happy baby. You could always use a strap here as well to loop around that right foot. Left foot can stay planted, or you can roll to the outer edge, finding a little counterbalance for the hips. Nice. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Great, finishing off that last breath. If you're on the outer edge of the left foot, replacing it down and releasing the right. Right away, we'll take that left leg up to the sky, flexing the foot. We'll go into those bend and extends. Inhale, bends the knee, bringing it towards the outside of the torso. Exhale, extends, pressing it up. Inhale, bends. Exhale, extends. Let's take 3 more here. This is 3. Like you're doing a little grounded leg press. This is 2. And this is 1. Great. One more time. Let's bend into that left knee. Ooh, cat fight is moving onto the mat. I'll take the left hand to the back of the left thigh, big toe or outer edge of foot, finding your half happy baby. If you did so on the other side, rolling to the outer edge of the right foot, finding that counterbalance. Just taking a couple breaths here. Let's take 2 more rounds. Great, finishing off that last breath, rolling right foot back to plant, releasing the left. Just let the knees fall off to one side and we'll roll over, press it up to a seat. Nice, so right away here, we'll extend the legs out in front of you. So we find this seated pike. Trying to sit up nice and tall through the spine. You could always roll up the back of your mat to get a little boost there if you find that a little uncomfortable. And we'll try to point through the toes, sending them straight towards the front. Arms can be wherever is comfortable. You could have your blocks there. You could have hands on the mat. And we're going to take the feet and take them into externally rotating. So we're going to turn the tops of the feet to face away, the outer edges of the mat. Flex the feet, and then we'll take that into a circle, curling toes towards the face. Point the toes away, turn them out, flex, brings it back around. So we're taking a circle here. Nice. Let's try 1 more in that direction and then we'll switch it up. Next time you're flexed, take the feet out to the sides, point as you draw them to extend forward, flex to curl it back towards you. Working on that nice toe point. Let's take 2 more here. Last one. And once you finish off that last one, sliding the hands behind the knees to gently pull it in and give the legs a couple windshield wipers left and right. Great. Let's let those legs stay off to one side, tuck them all the way over and take it forward to our tabletop position. Finding all 4s, hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. With an inhale, reaching the heart forward, shoulder blades squeeze together down. Exhale, pushes away to round and contract. Inhale, opens that forward. Exhale, rounds away. Nice. Let's take just a few more rounds here to get the spine moving. Really thinking about linking that breath to your movement. I'm thinking about initiating from the tailbone, letting that ripple up through the spine. The last one here. Great. Bringing the spine back to neutral. Let's tuck the right toes, extend back through that leg, and take a few shifts forward and back here. Finding a little stretch through the calves, a little movement through the ankles. And as a fun little bonus, a nice little stretch through the wrists as you shift forward. Nice active hands are gripping into the mat here. Cats are rambunctious tonight. All right, let's take 3, 2, and 1. Slide that right leg back into tabletop. We'll tuck the left toes, send the left leg back, and move right on to the other side here. I love this one. All right, let's just a few more here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Slowing that down to a stop. Left leg slides back into tabletop. Let's tuck both of the toes and walk the hands back a couple steps so they come a little closer to the knees. So we're working towards our broken toe pose. Nice. Take a breath here, feeling a stretch through the feet, maybe taking a check to make sure all those toes are curled forward. We'll have one odd guy sticking back there. And then we'll take it back to our broken toe pose. Whenever you're ready, walking the hands back as the feet come onto the toes and all the way back into this little squat position. So let's take it back forward and try another one of those little rocks back. So from our broken toe, maybe rolling back over the feet, sending the heels down. Nice. Let's try one more like that. So we're in quite a narrow position here, but this is going to help us work towards our hip mobility, getting those heels down in our Malasana. Next time you take it forward, we'll walk the hands back towards our tabletop. You could untuck the toes, maybe give the feet a little tap out to shake that off. And then retucking, we'll take the hips up and back, hiking the hips to downward facing dog. All right, once you arrive here, maybe finding a little gentle movement, pedaling through the feet, giving the hips a little move side to side. Even giving the head a little shake, yes and no. But while you're in your downward facing dog, really thinking about pressing equally through the hands and the feet. Maybe finding a little external rotation through the shoulders, shining the elbow pit forward, and bending the knees as much as you need to lengthen through the spine. It's much more important here to have a long spine than to have your heels down. We are going to do a drill here to work towards getting our heels down. So from your downward facing dog, with an inhale, let's rise up onto the toes. Exhale, soften into the knees, push the chest back towards the thighs. Holding here for a breath in, and with an exhale, try and re-extend through the legs, sending the heels maybe a little closer. We're going to try that one 2 more times. Inhaling up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Hold breath in. Exhale, re-extend. One more time. Inhaling toes. Exhale, bend. Inhale, hold. Exhale, extend. Nice. With the next inhale, let's come up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, but peek towards the top of the mat. Inhale, stepping to the top. We'll come right up to find a halfway lift, finding length through the spine. Hands can come to shins, thighs, blocks. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, sweep the arms. Exhale, replace the arms by side body. Nice. We're gonna do some little calf raises here. So if you do have a chair and you want to use that for some support, you can totally put fingertips on that chair, or arms could be wherever is comfortable. Hips, heart center, your heart's desire. With an inhale, let's rise up onto the toes. Exhale, lower it down nice and slow. Inhale up, exhale down. Nice, let's take a few more like this. Maybe finding a fixed point to hold that balance. Nice, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Great, inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, release to fold. Inhale, lengthen out the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it back to plank, lower the knees, tabletop. So we're gonna go into some hip circles from here. So let's send that right leg back so the bottom of the toe is pointed up to the, or toes are pointed up to the sky, knee pointed back. Engage the core, knit the ribs together so we're not taking this through the spine. We'll take the right knee to point to the right side of the room. Bringing it in a circle to pass by the elbow, and then taking it back again. So try to make this circle as big as you comfortably can as you slowly move through the hip socket. If you have any clicking or discomfort, you can make that smaller. Thinking about engaging the core here, knitting the ribs together. Nice, let's switch the direction with that circle. So we're pulling it in and then taking it out to the right. I don't know why, but I like circling in the other direction so much more. Oh my gosh, Alice, this is not a play space for you right now. Awesome, let's go for 2 and 1. Next time that knee is pointed back, pausing here. Exhale, pulls knee to nose. We'll step that right foot through to a low lunge. If you're using blocks, you could grab those up under the hands here, rising up to find our lunge. Thinking about hips facing forward, tucking the tailbone so we open through the left hip flexor as the hips sink down any amount. Exhale, pulls it back to a hamstring stretch, straightening through the right leg, flexing the foot. Nice. Inhale, takes that forward. Exhale, pulls it back. Let's take one more here, inhaling it forward. Exhaling it back. Inhale, take it forward. Blocks can tuck off to the side to replace the hands down. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee. Turn all the toes to the left long edge of the mat. So we're meeting in our wide fold. With the inhale, we'll take that all the way up to standing and release the arms by the side. Let's turn the heels in, toes out. We're gonna come into a goddess squat. So bending into the knees, but sending the knees out as the hips go down. Now you could also use your chair here if you wanted to hold on in this wide squat, or you can bring hands to the top of the thighs. Nice. Great, continuing to think about those knees driving out. Let's take one more breath in and breath out. Rising back up tall through the legs, turning the toes to the top, and we'll step forward. Nice. The cats are just galloping tonight. All right, at the top, then inhale, let's pull the right knee into the chest, flex the foot, soften into the left knee, cross right ankle over the left thigh, finding your standing figure 4. You could also use your chair here, bringing fingertips on there. Nice. Think about flexing that foot, right knee is driving back, opening through the hip here. Nice, let's take 3, 2, and 1. Nice, rising back up tall, pulling the right knee into the chest, and release it down. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, release to fold. Inhale, lengthen out the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting the hands. We'll step it back to plank, lower the knees, tabletop. We're gonna take that into the other side, starting by sending left leg back, so knee points back, toe to sky, engage the core, press strong through the arms. Left knee points to the left side and comes to pass by the elbow as we take a nice circle here. Again, making that as big as feels comfortable for your hips, avoiding any clicking or discomfort. Nice. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Next time the knee is pointed back, we'll switch that direction. So pulling it in and then taking it out to the left. Nice. Great, moving slow. We're almost there. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Ending with that knee pointed back. Exhale, pulls knee to nose, left foot steps through, low lunge. If you're using your blocks, you could grab those up under the hands, rising up, hips trying to face forward, tucking the tailbone as the hips send down any amount here. Aw, she brought me her toy. With an exhale, let's pull that back to a hamstring stretch, straightening through the left leg, flexing the foot. Inhale takes it forward. Exhale pulls it back. Let's take one more round here. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Nice. Inhale takes it forward. Blocks tuck off to the side to replace hands. Tucking the back toe, lifting the knee. Turning all the toes to the right long edge of the mat. And taking that all the way up to standing. We're going to come into that goddess squat again. So turning heels in, toes out. Bend into the knees, finding that wide squat, avoiding those knees collapsing in. Think about pushing them out, engaging the outer glutes. Nice. I'm going to take the hands to the top of the thighs. Here we can add a little twist in. With an exhale, dipping the left shoulder, taking a peek to the right. Nice. Let's take that through to the other side. Inhaling center, exhaling to dip the right, look left. Nice. Inhaling center. Let's take that one more time because it feels awesome. Exhale, dip left, look right. And inhale, center. Exhale, dip right, look left. Nice. Inhale, take that back to center. Rise up tall through the legs, turning the toes to the front. Step to the top. Great. With an inhale, pull the left knee into the chest. Flex the foot. Soften into the right knee. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Nice, like you're sitting back into a chair as you gently send the hips back, making sure that left foot stays flexed. Think about driving that knee back as you open through the hip. You could use a chair here or any object to help you balance. For 3, 2, 1, rising up, whoop, release. Inhale, sweeps arms up. Exhale, folds. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, fold, planting the hands, stepping it back to plank, and let's push the hips back, downward facing dog. Great, taking a breath here. Then we're gonna find a slight variation in the feet in our downward facing dog. Let's turn the heels together, toes wide. Rising up on the toes with an inhale. Exhale, sending the heels back down towards the ground. So slightly different feel here. Inhaling up, exhaling to send it down. Okay, so let's try 3 more breaths here. Staying nice and strong through those shoulders. Exhaling down. Last 2. Great, last 1. Nice, with an inhale, let's rise up on the toes, pivot the feet back to parallel, soften into the knees, peek towards the top of the mat, and we'll step up to the top, coming up to your halfway lift, and exhaling to release, fold. Inhale, we'll rise to standing. Exhale, arms by side body. Nice, we're gonna come down into our Malasana. So let's take the feet out the width of the mat, turning the heels in, toes out. Starting to bend into the knees as you sink the hips down any amount. Now you can always have your chair here to grab. You could hold on to some blocks. You can stack the blocks to bring as a seat. And sinking down as much as you comfortably can. Thinking about maintaining a nice tall spine as you draw the shoulder blades together. Hands come to heart center, triceps press to the inside of the knees here. Nice. Great. We can find any little movements here, maybe taking a little shift side to side. Great. Thinking about sending those heels down. Nice. We're going to take a couple more breaths, working into this Malasana in wherever variation you are in. We've got lots of options. Right, and if you are in your Malasana and you feel very comfortable there and you want to make this a little more active, it's a fun little exercise that you can do. Think about squeezing the butt cheek, the outer butt cheek, to try and lift the knees away from the arms. It's a fun little activation. They're not going to come very far, maybe just an inch or so. Nice. And whenever you've had enough with that Malasana, we're going to take it all the way back up to the top with a big exhale to rise up. Tuck the tailbone, release the arms, maybe give that a little shake out. And then taking the feet back, hip width distance parallel. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, release to fold. Plant the hands, and we'll lower the knees to the ground, tabletop. Let's take a seat off to one side, bringing the legs in front. And we're going to roll it down onto the back. Hands can come behind you for support, or you can do a little slow core work down. Let's put my furniture back where it belongs, Dexter. You little scamp. Once you arrive on the back, we'll give the knees a hug into the chest, taking hands to the front of the shins, knees come wide around the ribs. Maybe finding a little rock side to side here as the low back massages into the mat. Or you could work towards your happy baby, flexing the feet, bottoms of the feet to the sky, reaching up to grab back of thighs, big toes, or outer edges of feet. A very similar lower body position to our Malasana. This one will definitely help you working towards that pose. Nice. You can also take little rocks side to side here. Let's take 2 more breaths in our happy baby, or with those knees hugged in wide. Great. If you're in your happy baby, let's all meet with our knees back into our chest. We'll let the left leg lengthen away, fall towards the ground. Hanging onto the right shin with an exhale, taking the right knee across body towards the left, finding a twist here. Thinking about shoulders anchoring down towards the mat as we take 5 breaths to sink into this twist. You can always add a block or object to support that right leg on the left side if you'd like. Great, one last breath here. And slowly rolling that back onto the back. Give both knees a hug in, and then we'll lengthen the right leg away. Hanging onto the left shin. Exhale, takes the left leg across body towards the right. We start to find this twist on the other side. Again, thinking about those shoulders anchoring down towards your mat as you take 5 breaths in this twist. All right, let's find one more breath here. And slowly rolling that back onto the back, getting both legs stretch out long, letting the arms fall wherever is comfortable. I'll take 5 breaths here. Letting each exhale relax the body a little closer to the mat. Great, whenever you're ready there, maybe giving the arms a nice big stretch up overhead to find a little wiggle extend through the fingers and toes. And rolling it off to whatever side feels more comfortable. And pressing on up to a seat. Thank you for being here tonight. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. And thank you to our peanut gallery, Dexter and Alice, for being absolute little scamps the whole time. Silly cats. Silly. Oh, you don't like being held like that. I'm sorry. What do you have to say for yourself, Dexter? He says, oh, thanks for coming, everyone. Hopefully you'll tune in next week. And don't forget to join Patreon for Yoga Sculpt tomorrow evening and Pilates on Thursday evening. I'll see you guys next week or tomorrow. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. See you guys next time.